Hello, friend. Hello. So glad you're here tonight. Get comfortable, pull the covers up, and let the day loosen its grip. There's nowhere else you need to be. Before we begin, a small request. Most of the people listening tonight aren't subscribed. If this channel has ever helped you drift off, take a moment to subscribe and tap the like button on tonight's video. Both are free, they take 2 seconds, and they help this channel more than you think. And you can always change your mind later. And if you feel like it, leave a comment telling me where in the world you're listening from and what time it is where you are. I love reading them. Tonight, we are going to slow everything down and live a single ordinary day inside ancient Rome, not the legend, but the real day, built only from what history actually records. There is nothing to do and nothing to remember. If you drift off somewhere between morning and nightfall, that is exactly how this is meant to work. Settle in, let your breathing slow down, and let the day begin. One more thing before we begin. I'm also a co-founder of a sleep app, built to be the most affordable one out there. No ads, ever. Just sounds and stories made to help you sleep. It may not be released yet as this video goes up, but if you're watching a little later, it might be out by now. Just search for it, it should be easy to find. It works on iPhone, Android, and everything in between. Downloading it is the best way to support this channel. You stir in the dim pre-dawn light, the room still shrouded in a cool, damp quiet. The Roman day is divided into 12 hours from sunrise to sunset, a system that will make your timekeeping more fluid throughout the year. As you sit up, your fingers brush against the rough wool of your bedding, a reminder of the simplicity of life here. The air outside your window is already tinged with the scent of wood smoke and the distant murmur of livestock awakening. You know that once the sun breaks the horizon, the day will begin in earnest, each hour marked by the slow, steady rise of the sun until it dips back below the earth at sunset. Your sandals lie waiting near the door, ready for the journey ahead as the city begins to stir. The shutters creak open to reveal the first light of day, casting long shadows across the earthen floor. Your hand reaches for the oil lamp by your bedside, extinguishing its flame with practiced ease as you listen to the muffled sounds of the marketplace coming alive. The faint glow of dawn illuminates the simple wooden chest where your clothes are stored, each garment carefully folded and ready for use. The gentle breeze through the open window brings a hint of blooming flowers from the garden below, mingling with the scent of freshly baked bread. Your fingers trace the faded patterns on your tunic, each thread worn smooth by years of use as you take a deep breath and begin to dress. The sunlight creeping over the sill warms your skin, dispelling the last remnants of sleep. You tie your belt around your waist, securing it with a simple knot that has become second nature. You stand amidst the orderly chaos of the Roman army's camp, the morning air filled with the distant shouts and the clanking of metal. Your hands tighten around the standard issue shield, its edge still rough from the carpenter's blade. Around you, 5,000 men are stirring, each legion divided into 10 cohorts. The sun warms your back as you listen to the centurion bark out the day's marching orders, his voice steady and commanding. You feel the familiar weight of your armor, the leather straps chafing against your tunic. The smell of fresh bread wafts through the camp, mingling with the scent of smoke from cooking fires. Your boots sink slightly into the damp earth as you shift your stance, ready to begin another day in this well-oiled machine of an army. The rhythm of the camp's activity is a dance well rehearsed, each soldier knowing their steps by heart. You hear the scrape of metal as swords are drawn and tested against stone. The air grows thick with the scent of oil, used to clean weapons and shields alike. Around you, men roll up bedding, the worn fabric making a soft rustling sound against the early morning breeze. Your feet find comfort in the familiar pattern of pebbles beneath your boots as you walk towards the day's duty. The dew on the grass dampens your calves as you step over the tent rugs laid out in neat rows. You run your thumb along the edge of your sword, feeling the nicks and scratches from battles past. The rhythmic sound of leather against wood resonates as others sharpen their blades nearby. A cool breeze carries the faint taste of salt from the distant sea, reminding you of home. You rise before the sun, the city still hushed. Your fingers trace the intricate markings on your calendar, the Roman system introducing a leap year every 4 years to align with the solar cycle. You inhale the faint scent of ink, noting the day's duties scribbled within its delicate parchment. The household begins to stir, each member aware that today is a special day, marked by an extra count on the calendar. You step outside your chamber, the light filtering through the atrium, casting gentle shadows. Your hands feel the cool marble of the balcony as you observe the city waking up, the rhythm of life dictated by this precise, solar-aligned schedule. You take a moment to appreciate the order it brings, the city's heartbeat steady and predictable. The wind carries a whisper of the day's first bread baking in nearby ovens as you hear the distant echoes of merchants setting up their stalls. The light shifts subtly, casting longer shadows, signaling the approach of dawn's break. Your feet sink slightly into the worn mosaic tiles, each step a soft rhythm, echoing the city's slow awakening. The breeze carries the faintest hint of dew from the gardens below, a subtle reminder of last night's rain. You can see the first rays of sunlight peeking over the rooftops, their warmth beginning to dispel the morning chill. The distant crowing of roosters confirms the dawn, each call echoing in harmony with the city's gradual stirring. As you step back into your chamber, the soft rustle of linen curtains brushing against the windows frames the serene tableau. As you step outside into the cool Roman morning, the Tiber River flows steadily through the heart of Rome. The water, reflecting the early light, glistens softly, and a faint mist rises from its surface. You can hear the gentle lapping against the riverbanks as you make your way to the public baths nearby. The air is filled with the scent of fresh bread wafting from the bakery down the street. Your hands, still damp from washing in the communal basin, feel the rough texture of your woolen tunic as you fasten it with a simple bronze pin. The sun begins to warm the stone pavement beneath your bare feet, and you can see the first signs of life stirring along the riverbank. A small group of children is playing near the water's edge, their laughter echoing through the quiet morning. The water's chill seeps into the crevices of your bare feet as you walk along the riverbank. Your tunic, still damp from the night's dew, clings slightly to your back. The aroma of olive oil and garlic drifts over from a nearby kitchen, mingling with the smell of fresh bread. A lone bird perched on a branch above sings softly as the sunlight catches the dewdrops on its feathers. The dampness of your tunic gradually dissipates under the sun's warm embrace, leaving behind a slight chill. You notice the subtle give in the stone path beneath your feet, smoothed by centuries of wear and weather. The faint taste of river mist lingers on your lips, mingling with the salty remnants of your morning meal. As you approach the baths, the air grows heavier with steam, promising respite from the day's encroaching heat. You wake to the scent of fresh bread wafting through your window, the city already bustling with life. Your hands, still warm from sleep, begin their day's work, tying your sandals securely around your feet. You step out into the cobblestone street, the sun already high and warm on your face. As you walk towards the baths of Caracalla, you can hear the distant echoes of conversation and laughter, a symphony that will accompany you throughout the day. The baths are not merely a place for cleansing, they are a hub where Romans gather to socialize, to catch up on the latest news, and to relax together in the soothing waters. Your sandals slap softly against the stone beneath your feet, echoing in rhythm with your steps. The sun's warmth seeps into your skin, drying the dew that clung to you during sleep. A cool breeze carries scents of distant gardens and cooking fires, mingling with the scent of bread still lingering from dawn. Your shoulders relax, the day's heat beginning to soothe away any lingering tension from your dreams. Your fingers trace the worn grooves in your sandals' leather, feeling their familiar shape underfoot. Each step on the sun-warmed stones releases tiny puffs of dust, tickling your ankles. You notice the subtle shifts in sunlight as you pass beneath the awnings of shops and taverns, briefly shading your eyes before they adjust again. The soft murmur of the aqueducts above adds to the ambient hum of the city, a comforting soundtrack to your morning stroll. As the sunlight begins to filter through the small windows of your insula, you find yourself on the ground floor. The air is filled with a mix of aromas from the tabernae that line the street below, each shop offering a unique scent that blends into one another. You can hear the distant chatter of customers as they begin to fill the streets, eager to start their day. Your hands, calloused from years of work, move methodically through the tasks in your workshop. The clink of metal against metal fills the space, a soothing rhythm that accompanies the hum of activity outside. You take a moment to glance out the window, seeing the Roman world coming alive around you. The ground floor is a place of purpose, where the sounds and smells of commerce intertwine with your daily duties. As you return to your workbench, the sun continues its slow ascent, casting long shadows that dance across the floor. The gentle breeze carries the faint scent of baking bread from the taberna across the street, mingling with the cool dampness of the stone walls. Your tools hang heavy in your hands, each one worn smooth by years of use and familiarity. The sunlight warms the dust on your workbench, creating a soft glow that dances over the surface as you work. The rhythmic sound of the hammer striking the anvil seems to echo through your body, a comforting pulse that keeps time with the beat of your heart. The oil lamp's wick flickers softly in the corner, casting a warm glow over the workspace. The sunlight catches on the tiny flecks of rust on your tools, making them shine like dull gold. Your hands move with a precision honed by countless repetitions, each gesture fluid and deliberate. The stone floor beneath your feet feels cool and steady, grounding you as you work. You walk through the atrium of your apartment, feeling the coolness of the marble under your bare feet. The aqueducts have been working all morning, ensuring that fresh water flows into the city's piping system. As you reach the triclinium, the aroma of cinnamon and honey wafts through the air. Your hands touch the basin where clean water is constantly replenished by the aqueducts. You dip your fingers in, feeling the crisp, pure liquid. The sound of water flowing through the pipes echoes softly as you wash your hands. The midday sun streams into your apartment, illuminating the intricate mosaic on the floor. You take a sip from the cup, appreciating the taste of fresh Roman water. You notice the delicate pattern of the mosaic tiles under your feet, each one carefully placed to create a seamless image. The sun's warmth radiates through the stained glass windows, casting kaleidoscopic shadows onto the walls. A soft breeze from an open window brings in the scent of nearby gardens, blending with the sweet aroma within. As you approach the table, the gentle hum of bees outside adds to the tranquil atmosphere. You notice the fine dusting of pollen on your hands from the nearby gardens, a sign of the season's bounty. The bronze door hinge creaks softly as you push open the kitchen entrance, revealing the faint glow of embers within. A small bird chirps outside, its song punctuating the quiet hum of the household. The scent of bread baking in the oven mingles with the sweet aroma, hinting at the midday meal to come. You notice the calendar on the wall, its worn leather softly reflecting the sunlight streaming in through the window. It lists 10 months, a reminder of the ancient rhythm that still guides this day's pace. Your fingers trace over the letters carved into the wooden frame: Martius, Aprilis, Maius. The air is filled with the scent of baking bread and simmering stew, grounding you in the present moment. You realize that it was not always like this. Before Julius Caesar's reform, there were only 10 months stretching across the year. The changes he brought are felt deeply here, in the quiet bustle of the midday world around you. The sun's warmth seeps through the window pane, casting long shadows on the floor, a gentle nudge to pause and appreciate the day's simple pleasures. The bread in the oven begins to brown, its aroma mingling with the rich, comforting scent of the stew, inviting you to linger in this moment. A slight breeze stirs the curtains, bringing with it a hint of fresh herbs from the garden outside, a whisper of nature's harmony with the midday world. The sunlight dances on the wooden table, its surface worn smooth by years of use. A cat stretches languidly in the windowsill, its fur glinting with golden highlights. The ticking of a clock echoes softly through the room, each beat marking time's steady flow. The oven door creaks open slightly, releasing another wave of warmth and scent into the air. The wooden floorboards creak gently beneath your feet as you move closer to the window, allowing the sunlight to bathe your face in its warm glow. The cat's purring harmonizes with the distant hum of bees outside, their industriousness a soothing backdrop to the tranquil scene. A soft rustle of parchment comes from the table as you brush past it, the ink on the letters barely smudging under your touch. The curtains sway lazily in the breeze, casting dancing shadows across the room, their gentle movement echoing the rhythm of the world outside. In the year 117 AD, you find yourself in ancient Rome, under the rule of Emperor Trajan. The sun is high and warm, casting long shadows across the cobblestone streets. Your hands are sticky from the sweet honey dripping from the fresh bread you've just bought at the market. The air is filled with a mix of fragrant herbs and garlic as people prepare their midday meals. You can see the outlines of the empire's vast territory on the worn maps in the forum, each region carefully marked by skilled scribes. A sense of peace permeates the city, with the knowledge that this is the extent of Rome's power, a moment frozen in time. Your tunic sticks to your back with sweat as you navigate the bustling streets, past open-air kitchens where smoke curls from clay ovens. A nearby vendor offers you a refreshing slice of melon, the juice dripping down your arm. In the distance, the Colosseum looms quietly, its stone walls baking under the sun. You pause to watch as a nearby fountain sprays water into the air, providing relief for both people and animals. The water droplets from the fountain tickle your skin, offering a brief respite from the heat. You feel the grit of the city beneath your sandals, each step echoing on the hard stone paths. The rhythmic hum of distant millstones reminds you that even in this moment of stillness, life and labour continue unabated. As you lean against a worn pillar, you notice the intricate carvings that tell stories of the city's past, etched by artisans long forgotten. As you walk along the cobblestone street, the Aqua Claudia, built in 52 AD by Emperor Claudius, carries clean drinking water through the city. You pause at a public bath to watch the fresh water pouring from the aqueduct's fountainhead into the large marble basin. Your hands touch the cold, clear liquid, feeling its vitality. The air is filled with the sound of water cascading down, mingling with the distant hum of activity. You remember that this same water will be used in the imperial palaces, a reminder of Rome's engineering prowess. As you continue, you notice the aqueduct's smooth stone arches stretching out before you, connecting different parts of the city seamlessly. The longest Roman aqueduct, the Aqua Marcia, measures approximately 91 kilometers. But here in the heart of Rome, the Aqua Claudia serves as a lifeline, supplying life-giving water to all who need it. The water's touch is a subtle shock on your skin, invigorating and refreshing. You feel the weight of each drop as it falls, resonating through the marble basin. The aqueduct system relies on gravity, channeling water from distant hills to Rome's heart. The city's pipes hum with life, carrying this liquid essential to all its inhabitants. The aqueduct's stone pathways are worn smooth by centuries of water flow, each drop leaving a tiny mark. The cistern's channels are cleverly angled to maintain the water's momentum, ensuring it reaches every corner of the city. Each fountainhead is designed with an elegant curve, allowing the water to cascade gently rather than splash harshly. The aqueduct's stone arches support not only the weight of water, but also the ceaseless rhythm of Rome's daily life. The sun is high overhead as you find yourself in the bustling Via Sacra, your hands deftly navigating the crowd to reach an insula. The ground floor of this multi-street building hums with life, a stark contrast to its residential floors above. Shops and markets line the street-level space, their wares spilling out onto the cobblestones. You can smell the fresh bread from the nearby bakery, mingling with the scent of ripe fruits and exotic spices from the neighbouring shops. The market is a symphony of sounds, the clatter of coins changing hands, the laughter of merchants haggling with customers, and the cries of children playing among the stalls. A sense of familiarity washes over you as you realise that these insulae, with their ground floor markets, are not just places of commerce, but also the heartbeat of the community. The warmth of the sun filters through the awnings, casting dancing shadows on the worn cobblestones beneath your feet. You feel the gentle humidity in the air as it carries the scent of roasting meat from a nearby vendor. The market's ebb and flow is steady, with locals and travellers alike moving between stalls, their hands carrying baskets filled with the day's provisions. As you step inside the insula, the cooler shade offers respite from the heat, the stone walls holding whispers of past conversations. You hear the soft rustle of fabric as a woman nearby adjusts her cloak, trying to escape the midday heat. A faint breeze stirs the leaves of a potted plant, bringing with it a trace of sweetness from the flowers above. The floor beneath your feet is slightly uneven, worn smooth by countless footsteps over the years. Your fingers brush against the rough stone wall as you navigate further into the insula, feeling the slight chill against your skin. You find yourself in the heart of ancient Rome, where the midday sun casts long shadows over the cobblestone streets. Your hands grasp a small earthenware cup, filled with a steaming broth from the thermopolium nearby. The air is thick with the aroma of fresh bread and roasting meat as you stand among the crowd gathered outside these popular fast food establishments. You notice the insulae looming overhead, their high windows casting patches of sunlight onto the bustling street below. A rule echoes through your mind: no knives allowed, for in this world, food is savoured with hands and words, not silverware. The warmth of the broth seeps through the earthenware, your fingers ache slightly from the heat. You dip your hand into the cup, scooping out the chunks of meat and vegetables, feeling their texture between your thumb and forefinger. Around you, people chat in small groups, their hands gesturing as they speak, punctuating their words with bites of food. A vendor nearby hawks pomegranates, the ruby seeds glistening under the sun, a tempting end to this midday meal. The sun's heat intensifies the sense of garlic and herbs wafting from the nearby caponi. You feel the grit of the street dust between your toes, ground by countless sandals. A cool breeze brushes against your cheek, momentarily carrying away some of the midday warmth. The shadows shift as you take another sip, the world around you continuing its steady rhythm. Your fingers are coated with a thin layer of oil from the broth, glistening under the sun's rays. The earthenware cup grows lighter as you eat, its weight diminishing in your hand. A nearby baker lifts fresh loaves from his oven, the heat causing sweat to bead on his forehead. You hear the clatter of ceramic plates stacked together, signaling the end of another meal in this lively midday world. You find yourself standing at the edge of a Roman mile, which is said to be approximately 1,000 double paces, or about 1.48 kilometers. With each slow step you take, your sandals press into the well-worn stone path, each pace measuring roughly 2 of your own steps. The air is filled with the scent of olive oil from the nearby markets and the sound of distant chariots echoing off the walls of the forum. Your hands clutch a small tablet, its wax surface marked with the day's tasks, one of which is to ensure that the distance between 2 landmarks is accurate according to Roman measure. As you walk, you can feel the sun's warmth on your back, each step bringing you closer to the end of this mile, a journey that has been repeated countless times across the empire. You notice the subtle shift in your muscles as they adapt to the rhythm of the long strides, each one a slight challenge to maintain. The worn path beneath your feet offers little resistance, smoothed by centuries of treading feet. Your wax tablet, secured in your hand, warms gradually under the sun's gentle touch, causing the wax surface to soften slightly with each passing moment. The hum of nearby conversations blends with the distant clatter of a bronze water vessel being filled at a public fountain. Your tunic, draped over your shoulders in the Roman manner, shifts slightly with each deliberate stride, its folds catching the breeze that gently lifts the edges. The wax tablet in your hand bears the imprint of your thumb, marking the passage of time as the day's tasks are accomplished one by one. Each step echoes softly against the stone wall lining the path, a quiet testimony to the countless feet that have trodden this ancient route before you. As you sit by the window, the sun warms your face and a soft breeze carries the scent of bread from the nearby bakery. The household is your domain. It's your hands that prepare the meals, your fingers that weave the cloth for clothing. You oversee the servants, ensuring each task is completed efficiently. Outside, the marketplace bustles with activity as traders set up their stalls. Your role extends beyond the home, as you are also a vital part of the trade and commerce in Rome. You stand at your booth, negotiating deals with customers, your voice steady and confident. The coins jingle in your palm, a reminder of your responsibilities and accomplishments. The scent of fresh olives fills the air as merchants unload their carts nearby. Your fingers trace the intricate patterns on a silk scarf, feeling the smooth texture beneath your touch. The clatter of pottery mingles with distant laughter from children playing in the alleyways. The sun begins to dip lower, casting a warm golden hue over the cobblestone streets. The soft light of a nearby oil lamp flickers, casting long shadows across the worn wooden countertop where you display your wares. The sound of water splashing from a communal fountain soothes your ears as you haggle with a customer over the price of a fine linen cloth. Your feet rest comfortably on the packed earth floor, having walked these streets since childhood. The weight of your keys, a symbol of trust and responsibility, hangs from your belt, their cool metal reassuring against your hand. You find yourself in the bustling heart of Rome, where the air is filled with a blend of Latin and Greek. Your hands, which moments ago were grasping for the familiarity of Latin words, now fumble through the syllables of ancient Greek. Around you, educated Romans discuss philosophy and poetry in both languages with ease, their voices echoing through the marble halls. You catch snippets of conversations that transport you to distant lands, as if Greece itself were within reach. The scent of parchment and ink fills your nostrils as you observe a scribe copying a text in elegant Greek script. In this city, the lines between languages are blurred, creating an environment where ideas flow freely across cultures. Your mind grapples with the realization that in Rome, language is not merely a means of communication, but a bridge connecting worlds. You notice the subtle differences in pronunciation, a slight roll of the ers and a softer k, as if each sound were carved from marble itself. The rhythm of Greek flows like water over pebbles, distinct yet harmonious with Latin's sharp consonants. Your ears grow accustomed to the ebb and flow, the cadence guiding your thoughts towards new horizons. Each spoken phrase is a delicate dance, a ballet of tongues that weaves through the air, inviting you to join in this symphony of languages. The air is filled with whispers of knowledge, each word a treasure carried by the wind from distant shores. Your gaze follows the scribe's pen as it glides across the parchment, leaving trails of ink that seem to pulse with ancient wisdom. The harmony of tongues creates a tapestry of sound, where each thread is a story waiting to be woven into your own. Your breath syncs with the rhythm of conversation, each inhale drawing in the essence of this linguistic crossroads. You awake today in the year 476 AD, feeling the humid air of this ancient city. The stones beneath your feet bear witness to 1,000 tales of power and intrigue. As you step out into the forum, the scent of distant fires mingles with the aroma of roasting meats from nearby tabernae. You hear the echoes of voices, some speaking Latin, others in foreign tongues that hint at the shifting balance of this once great empire. Your hands brush against rough cloth, the fabric of your toga bearing the weight of history and the symbols of a civilization on the brink. The sun casts long shadows, illuminating faces etched with both pride and apprehension. A sense of urgency permeates the air as whispers of the Visigoths' approach grow louder. You feel it. Today is a day that will change everything. The cobblestones beneath your sandals are smooth from centuries of wear, their edges rounded by countless feet that have traversed these streets. You notice the faded inscriptions on nearby columns, their once bold letters now barely visible, eroded by time and weather. The distant clatter of a cart's wheels signals the arrival of more visitors to this city, their faces hidden beneath wide-brimmed hats. A faint melody drifts from an unseen musician, the song echoing through the ancient alleys, adding a layer of tranquility to the day. The wind carries a hint of the sea, mixing with the city's dust and smoke. Your fingers find comfort in the familiar weight of a bronze coin, its edges worn smooth by countless transactions. The sunlight flickers as it passes through the leaves of an ancient olive tree, casting dappled shadows on the paving stones. A distant bell tolls, its deep resonance echoing off the marble facades and signaling the passage of another hour in this timeless city. You wake to the steady hum of life outside, the sun already casting its warm glow through your window. Temperatures in Rome are expected to climb during the day, so you decide it's best to stay indoors for now. Your hands find comfort in the cool shade as you pull the heavy curtains closed, sealing off the growing heat. The air inside is still and calm, carrying a faint scent of incense from the morning rituals. You can hear the distant chatter of merchants setting up their stalls, their voices muffled by the thick walls of your home. The rule is simple. When it's hot, you stay inside. Your fingers trace the intricate patterns on the clay pot in front of you, a reminder of the day's heat. You take a deep breath, feeling the cool air fill your lungs as you settle into the comfort of your shaded sanctuary. The sunlight dances softly on the cool stone floor, creating shifting patterns that sway with each gentle breeze. The room's thick walls hum faintly with the day's warmth, a reminder of the heat outside. A slow drip from an earthenware jug fills a shallow bowl, its steady rhythm soothing against the silence. Your eyes flutter closed as you lean back, the comforting weight of the day's quiet enveloping you. The faint rustle of fabric against your skin is the only movement in the still air. The wooden shutters creak slightly as they expand in the heat, sealing your refuge from the outside world. A thin layer of dust clings to your bare feet, mute testimony to the day's progress. The occasional whisper of a distant door closing reinforces the solitude of your sanctuary. You wake to the sound of distant thunder, a rumble that echoes through your small room. The air feels thick and heavy, carrying with it the scent of rain. You step outside, and the warmth of the day is immediately noticeable, the sun beating down despite the looming clouds. As you walk through the city, the wind picks up slightly, rustling the leaves in the trees that line the streets. A sudden gust brings with it a slight chill, a reminder of the weather's variability. You decide to take shelter under an awning as the first drops begin to fall, their coolness refreshing against your skin. The rain grows heavier, pounding on the cobblestones and filling the gutters. Yet, you know that this too will pass, and in a few hours the sun may be shining again. The rain's rhythm lulls you into a calm state, each droplet echoing like a gentle drumbeat against the canopy. The dampness seeps into your clothes, leaving a cool, earthy scent that mingles with the air's humidity. As the downpour reaches its peak, water streams off the edges of the roof, cascading in rivulets to the ground below. A slow drip from a nearby eave creates a steady pattern on the cobblestones, adding a gentle cadence to the scene. The rain begins to lessen, its intensity waning as the clouds above start to dissipate. A soft breeze stirs, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and fresh leaves. The city's surfaces slowly regain their sheen under the retreating droplets. Each drip from the awning slows, extending into longer intervals until finally silence returns. You feel the cool air of the morning, a gentle breeze carrying the scent of distant olive groves as you step out onto your modest terracotta-tiled patio. The sun has only begun to warm the stone beneath your sandaled feet, its heat still mild and inviting. As the day progresses, the temperature steadily climbs, and by midday, the air is thick with heat. Your tunic clings to you as you make your way through the bustling streets of Rome. The shadows cast by the tall buildings offer brief respite from the intense sunlight. By late afternoon, a subtle shift occurs. The air begins to cool once again, signaling the approach of evening. You find solace in this rhythmic dance of temperature, a constant reminder of the world's natural order. The sun dips below the horizon, casting warm, golden hues across the city, and the air becomes crisp and refreshing. You notice the first stars appearing in the dusky sky, their twinkling light faint but steadfast. The city's sounds seem to soften as the day's heat subsides, allowing distant laughter and conversation to carry with greater clarity. The evening air brings a sense of tranquility, inviting you to sit and watch as the world gently transitions into night. A subtle breeze carries the faint scent of flowers that had been dormant during the day's heat, filling the atmosphere with a calm fragrance. The warmth of the setting sun lingers on your skin like a gentle embrace, while shadows stretch longer and more inviting. The coolness of the night air begins to seep through, hinting at the chill that will soon take over. A faint glow from the moon, still beneath the horizon, starts to illuminate the world in shades of silver and grey. The day's activities slow down, giving way to a peaceful quiet that envelops everything around you. You live in a neighbourhood of insulae, multi-storey tenement buildings that house hundreds of people each. Healthcare facilities like hospitals are rare here, so you must rely on yourself and your community for daily care. Your hands, rough from years of labour, help tend to the sick. The air is thick with the scent of herbs used for healing, a common practice in this world where medical professionals are not easily accessible. You often see neighbours sharing remedies they've learned, passing down wisdom through generations. Despite the challenges, there's a sense of unity among the residents, each knowing that support from others is crucial to survival. Your days are filled with small acts of care and concern for those around you, fostering a deep bond within this tightly knit community. You find comfort in the rhythm of daily tasks, such as grinding herbs for balms and brewing teas to soothe aching bodies. The sound of water boiling over an open flame is a familiar melody, one that signals help is being prepared. Neighbours gather around communal fires, their faces lit with determination rather than fear. You notice the subtle changes in each other's expressions, a silent language of reassurance and understanding. You can feel the warmth from the fire on your face as you grind the herbs in a worn stone mortar. The smell of sage fills the air, its aroma soothing not only the sick, but also those tending to them. Hands move rhythmically, as if dancing to an unheard tune, each gesture familiar from countless repetitions. Night falls, and the glow of the fire casts long shadows, illuminating the lines on your face that speak of years dedicated to caring for others. You find yourself in an insula, a cramped apartment building, as the sun begins to rise. The sanitation systems here are basic, at best, with limited waste disposal options available. You make your way through narrow corridors, your hands brushing against rough stone walls that bear the marks of time. The air is thick with the scent of smoke from nearby fires and a faint hint of something else, something you'd rather not dwell on. As you step into your small living space, you notice the bucket in the corner, a stark reminder of the primitive nature of waste disposal in this world. You've been instructed to empty it at dawn, before the streets become too crowded. With a deep breath, you grasp the handle and make your way back through the corridors, the smell growing stronger as you approach the communal latrine. The bucket's weight shifts in your grasp, the contents sloshing gently against the sides. Your pace quickens slightly as the scent grows more pungent, your breath shallowing to avoid the fumes. You hear the muffled sounds of others beginning their days, the routine shared by all in this crowded space. Reaching the latrine, you find a small line has already formed, each person bearing their own bucket, silent and resigned. Your grip on the bucket tightens, fingers pressing into the worn wood as you wait your turn, each person before you disappearing momentarily behind a tattered curtain. The latrine's stone walls dampen the sound of dumping buckets, muffling the splashes and gurgles beneath. A faint glow from an unseen window casts long shadows, illuminating the grim task with a cold light. Finally, it is your turn to step behind the curtain, the bucket's weight lifting as you pour its contents into the hole below. You step into the insula of your tenement, a multi-story apartment building that houses at least 3 families, possibly even 5. Your hands brush against the plaster walls, feeling the layers built up over time. The air is thick with the scent of smoke from the shared hearth below, mingling with the faint smell of olive oil from the nearby kitchen. A narrow staircase leads you to your apartment on the 2nd floor, where a small window lets in what little light there is. You can hear the echoes of life around you, the murmurs of conversation, and the occasional laughter. The wooden door to your room creaks open, revealing a simple bed and a few personal belongings. Despite the cramped quarters, there's a sense of community here, a shared experience of daily life in ancient Rome. The tallow candle on the small table beside your bed flickers softly, casting long shadows across the room. A thin blanket covers the bed, providing a small respite from the chill of the night. The floor is cold stone, worn smooth by countless footsteps over the years. The faint sound of water dripping from a nearby aqueduct serves as a soothing lullaby, helping you drift off to sleep. The bed's straw mattress crunches softly under your weight, the fibers whispering stories of previous inhabitants. The tallow candle's flame dances gently in the evening breeze, its golden light playing on the uneven plaster walls. The distant rumble of carts and chariots on cobblestone streets fades into a soothing hum, a familiar lullaby from the city that never truly sleeps. Outside your window, the moon casts long shadows through the ivy that climbs the tenement's outer wall, its silent watch echoing the quiet night. You feel the sun's heat lessening as the 9th hour approaches. Your stomach rumbles softly, anticipating the light lunch that awaits. The air is filled with the scent of baking bread and simmering stews from nearby homes. Your hands prepare a simple meal, setting out fresh fruits, cheese, and perhaps a small fish. The rule in this household is clear, prandium. The midday meal must be light and taken around the 9th or 10th hour. You hear the murmur of conversations as others in your neighbourhood also begin their lunch. The rhythm of the day is steady, each moment unfolding calmly. You take a seat in the shade of an ancient olive tree, its gnarled trunk providing comfort and respite from the lingering warmth. The breeze rustles through the leaves above, casting dappled shadows across your meal. Each bite is savoured slowly, allowing the flavours to mingle on your tongue as you appreciate the simple pleasure of this midday pause. In the distance, a bird's melodious song echoes, adding to the tranquil atmosphere that envelops you. The warmth of the sun's rays on your skin gradually fades as the tree above you stretches its branches in a gentle sway. A soft hum of bees collecting nectar from nearby flowers drifts through the air, complementing the symphony of nature around you. The rough texture of the olive tree bark beneath your fingers grounds you further into the present moment. Each inhale fills your lungs with the earthy scent of the garden's herbs and blooms, inviting a sense of contentment that seems to permeate every pore. You retreat to the quiet of your insula, away from the narrow roads that are always clogged with carts and people. The streets outside are a constant buzz of voices, hooves clopping on stone, and wheels rumbling over uneven cobbles. Inside, you can finally relax, the warmth of the day lingering in the small rooms. The air is thick with the smells of cooking food and smoke from nearby fires. You notice how cramped it feels compared to the open spaces outside, but it's your haven, a place where the constant hum of the city doesn't penetrate. The night brings a slight chill as you prepare for sleep, the soft glow of an oil lamp casting long shadows on the walls. You settle into your bed, the simple mattress providing just enough comfort to let the day's exhaustion take over. The sounds of the city outside begin to fade, replaced by the gentle hum of your own breathing. The lamp's wick lowers slowly, casting the room into a softer shade of darkness. Your blanket wraps around you like a second skin, trapping the warmth from your body. The sound of the city outside becomes a distant murmur, almost a lullaby now. Your heartbeat gradually slows, syncing with the rhythm of the night. The room grows cooler still as the night deepens, and you draw your blanket tighter around your shoulders. A slight draft from the ill-fitting window catches at the edges of your blanket, whispering over your skin. The oil lamp's flame flickers softly in the still air, its light now barely enough to cast a dim glow across the room. The distant murmur of the city outside becomes almost inaudible, leaving only the faintest hint of sound, like the rustle of dry leaves. You step into the public baths, the air already thick with steam, and the chatter of fellow residents. Your hands grasp a towel from the pile by the entrance, the rough texture, a welcome contrast to the slick tiles beneath your feet. You make your way through the crowded caldarium, the large hot bath, bodies pressed together like a jigsaw puzzle. The air is dense with the scent of sweat and oil. A sudden splash causes you to flinch, a reminder that safety isn't guaranteed in these bustling spaces. You find a small corner to call your own, the warmth enveloping you as you lower yourself into the water. Your eyes close, the din of voices fading into the background as you sink deeper. The heat from the water seeps into your bones, a slow thaw after a long day's chill. You feel each muscle, one by one, releasing their tension as you let go of the world outside. The bubbles formed at the base of your spine rise up, tickling your skin as they break the surface. In this quiet moment, your mind begins to wander, no longer anchored to the present chaos. The water laps gently against your ears, muffling the distant clatter of wooden pails and ladles. A subtle current pulls at your limbs, as if the very bath is encouraging you to drift away from thought. The dim light above casts dancing shadows on the ceiling, a silent companion to your wandering mind. Each breath inhales the soothing mist, each exhale carries with it another layer of tension. You lie in your modest bed, the mattress stuffed with straw and reeds, listening to the distant hum of the city beyond your window. The air is cool and damp, carrying the faint scent of the Tiber River nearby. Your hands trace the rough texture of the reed mat beneath you, a simple comfort after a day of manual labor. You can feel the gentle slope of the bed, intentionally designed this way to help water flow consistently. It's an ingenious system, one that ensures your home remains dry and comfortable throughout the night, even during the heaviest rains. The aqueducts outside, built with meticulous care, maintain a gradient of about 1 in 40, ensuring the water flows steadily and efficiently to every corner of the city. It's a subtle reminder of the Roman ingenuity that surrounds you, a humble marvel that allows you to drift off into a peaceful sleep. You can hear the soft rhythm of water trickling through the aqueducts outside, a soothing lullaby that has become familiar over time. The bed's slope directs any moisture downwards, ensuring your sleep remains undisturbed. The reeds beneath you release their essence into the air, creating a subtle, earthy aroma that blends with the dampness. As you close your eyes, the gentle sway of the bed rocks you gently, mimicking the gentle ebb and flow of the Tiber nearby. The reed mat shifts slightly with each inhalation, adapting to your body's movements throughout the night. This natural give allows for a comforting sense of envelopment, as if the bed itself is cradling you. The thin layer of straw above the reeds creates a subtle insulation, retaining heat from the day and shielding against the night's chill. As sleep deepens, your breath aligns with the rhythmic flow outside, becoming one with the city's pulse. And that is where we leave this day. Ancient Rome gone quiet at last, centuries away from here. The day will still be waiting whenever you return to it. Sleep well.